Is Slipknot just a corporate machine band now at this point? What the holy macaroni is going on over there? What's next? They're gonna fire Jim Root for being too tall and shredding too much? Listen, I love Slipknot, but I'm getting a little upset on all this you're fired. It's bullpickle. It's hard to love and feel close to a band when there feels like there's a king in the band itself that's chopping off heads when they're unhappy. But then again, there is 10, 15 people in Slipknot? I don't know, 5, 4, I can't remember. There's a lot of them. So I'm assuming there's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of hands to feed here. So let's gossip about Slipknot and ask the question, well, do you think Sid deserved this firing? But then again, there is no actual statement saying that he was fired, but maybe he was. And if he was, maybe at the end of this I'll take Slipknot's side. Maybe Sid the Rascal did something. I don't know, we'll see. So Slipknot is no stranger to giving the boot to a band member. This is in their past a whole lot. They actually might have the record for firing the most people in their past. And when I say past, I mean Sid and just a few weeks ago it feels like, their drummer, and it keeps going. So going right into the conversation of Sid himself. I like Sid, he's online, we know Sid, he's very open about his life. Now obviously this has a lot to do, you can't talk about Sid without talking about this, but obviously Sid was in a marriage, started a family with Kelly Osbourne. It was very out there in the public with TikTok videos, appearances, the whole thing. People got to see it. And then they got a divorce. And then it got real weird. And then, I don't know, it just was kind of ugh. And then we really didn't hear much from Sid. Now, what happened? Did Sid go off the deep end? Has Sid been okay? What's happening? Did he go to the Caribbeans and get lost? So Slipknot has not actually said what is going on with this actual situation right now, besides individual riddles released from band members and their wives across various platforms. So everyone is a little confused about this. And one of the biggest ones was released by Jim Root himself, where Jimmy said, "Don't believe everything you read. Stop, think, take a breath, sit with it for a while, maybe, just maybe, even wait until there's more information." So with that, does that mean Sid is fired? We don't know. Maybe there is actually something going on here deeper than what we know. The only thing that Sid has actually done or said at this point is he showed us his new merch line, making a small little video, which it's some pretty sick merch, by the way, you should check it out. So maybe Sid has stepped down from Slipknot, which still sucks. Maybe he's retiring and he's just doing his own thing now. I highly doubt he needs money at this point. But it sucks too because Sid is one of the most open contacts we have in that band right now. But breaking this down even further, there's no doubt that Sid has a lot of elements going on right now in his own personal life. Divorce, I'm assuming wanting to be a father to his son, and it seems that he stays pretty busy. That's the part I'm hoping for. Now, the part that is breaking through online right now, the more dramatic version, is that Sid has been fired, like many other members in the past. Is this the work of Clown, the leader of the band? Is he looking at the band right now, taking yearly performance reviews? I know it sounds funny, yes, we are making jokes, but it does feel like everyone is in trouble at some point in this band. Even Corey, the lead singer, for God's sakes, has talked about some weird things in the past here with Slipknot and his future with it. I mean, if the lead singer, Corey, were to leave Slipknot, I think the band would pretty much be over at that point. Did Sid's number get called? Maybe Sid was having trouble in the band and we didn't know about this. But it's hard to think that Sid was let go from Slipknot, really. He's been there since the beginnings. He's a big part of the band. He's loved, you can tell by the rest of the band. All we know right now is that some person, some rat, went to TMZ and whispered in someone's ear for thousands of dollars, more than likely. Someone that's around the band and knows some stuff. Friend of a friend. But it does feel like the future of Slipknot is always on the rocks. It really does. Something's going on. Someone in the band is having trouble. Something's going on. Like I said, just the past few years here, it almost seemed that we were going to lose Corey. He was going through a lot of personal issues, from exhaustion, depression. He's another guy that stays extremely busy. Everyone in that band seems like workaholics, and they give it all. It really is the class action of a working, hard-working band. When they go hard. Now, talking about people that have been fired from this band, there's 5 members that have been fired from this band, okay? And a lot of them have been recent. And it really started in 2023 here with the most recent, which shocked everyone. No one could have bet this would be someone that would get fired from Slipknot. It was Jay Weinberg. Now, obviously, Jay's doing great. Good for him. He's a great drummer. But still, there has never really been any confirmation of what has happened here. Just creative differences. That's all we know. But he was fired. He was fired from Slipknot. Okay? This is absolutely insane that Jay was fired from Slipknot. So that was in 2023. And then 2023, once again, guess who they removed from their roster with no explanation? The sampler, the keyboardist himself, this little guy right here, Gonzo. But now, this is the most shocking. I mean, so the thing is, like, we're moving up here. So Jay, obviously, big shock. But now Sid, if Sid has actually been let go from Slipknot, this is where things get very, very disappointing because, you know, we as the fans, how are we to not believe that Slipknot has just done it again, that they pulled the noose? You've got Sid here, who is one of the original members of this band, who is a huge part of it, who has helped write huge songs with this band, and now he's apparently, from what we're hearing, gone. So, is this true? We don't know. Now, what's being said is that he has friction with his band mates. Okay, that's what's being said on the internet. Now, that could be a total horse pile of dookie, okay? And do I believe that? At the moment, no, because it's on the internet. But to, you know, it's gossip, and, you know, gossip is hot, gossip sells here. So what I'm trying to say is, I think we should all be ready for whatever comes next. And we may not know. We may not find out for a long time, because Slipknot is famous for just going like, hey, it's none of your business. This is what it is. And we're going on tour, and we know you're going to buy tickets anyway to see us, and we're going to kill it on the tour, and the show is going to blow your mind. So that may be what's going to happen here. But Sid, what is his next steps? I don't know. Sid obviously is a little more on social media than I would say more than the rest, and his life obviously has become a little more quiet here lately with his separation with his wife, and you know that whole thing right there. But what the outcome with all of this is, I don't think a lot of us know, and we still don't have a clear answer. Is Sid out of the band, or is he not out of the band? What is it? So with all that said, Sid, buddy, we wish you well. You and your great style, your great glasses, your life, everything, buddy. I really hope you're not out of Slipknot. That would suck. But if you are, I really hope and want to enjoy whatever you do next. I think you're a very talented artist, and it's going to be very odd just to not know that Sid's there. It's really just weird. God, they better not get rid of anybody else. This is getting, like I said, this is getting ridiculous at this point. I mean, there's literally no one else to get rid of in this band. And like the next person they get rid of, it's going to be like, okay, this is just stupid at this point. I mean, not that Queen fired Freddie Mercury, but when Freddie Mercury died and Queen came back, like, oh, we're just still Queen. No, you're not. You're just some rip-off band that no one wants to see. The band died with Freddie Mercury in the 90s. Okay, Brian? Anyway, I don't know. I'm really depressed now. Take care. Bye.